What's up, Logic fans? Welcome to our third video on the meaning of relations, and I really want to go through all of these constructions with you so that you really feel confident with what you're looking at. And there's, as always, plenty of problems to do in the book, and I try to give you more than is absolutely necessary just so that you can really feel like you're getting it. But make sure you are doing a good chunk of those problems and at least looking them over. Because this stuff builds, and after a while it'll be hard for you to keep up if you're not making regular progress. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to look at these more complex sentences that involve a relation and two quantifiers. Okay, so we're going to start figuring out how to translate these. Now, CXY is to be understood as X caused Y. Okay, so let's go through these together. Pause now. See if you can figure out what this sentence means. Pause now. Okay, so this means everything causes everything. All right. Now it's interesting to ask yourself whether you think these sentences are true or false. And we can have some fun playing with domains and seeing whether these are true or false, but absolutely take a course in metaphysics if you get a chance to where you can start thinking about, hey, is this true? Could this possibly be true? Even if it's not true, is it something that could be true, right? So this means, yeah, everything X, right? Pick anything you like out of your bag. That thing caused everything in the bag, including itself, okay? So that's the interesting sort of thing there, and that's exactly what it means. Go ahead and try this one. What's this say? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is notice that this is the leftmost quantifier, and this is in terms of X, and it occurs in the first position. So I translated the sentence in terms of the first position. Everything X causes everything Y is the idea. So this case, I've got the Y quantifier as my main quantifier, my leftmost quantifier, and it occurs in the second relatum position. Okay, so I'm going to translate in terms of the second relatum position now, and I'm going to say everything is caused by everything, is how I'm going to translate that. Okay, and of course that is logically equivalent to everything causes everything. All right, let's try this one. Pause now, and you can use these as your template. Okay, this one says something causes something, possibly itself. Okay, something caused something, or something causes something, possibly itself. This one we're going to translate from the perspective of Y again, so we're going to say something is caused by something. Okay, so that's D. Let's work through this guy, rather this one, E. This is interesting because you've got a mix of quantifiers. Notice the X appears in the first position here. So pause now and try this one. Okay, so this one says everything causes at least one thing. That sounds fairly plausible, depending on what the scope of everything is. Not really sure how you guys are thinking about that, but yeah, everything causes at least one thing. It doesn't have to cause itself. They don't all have to cause the same thing, but everything causes something. Kind of an interesting idea. All right, what about F? What does this sentence mean? Okay, well in this case, it's just like E, except you've got the reversal of the quantifiers here. So this is the existential and this is the universal, and this lead quantifier occurs in the first position, so that's going to say something causes everything. There's at least one thing that causes everything. All right, so in other words, let's think about this for a second. In my bag, in my domain, in Santa's bag, at least one thing in there caused everything. There's at least one thing in there that causes everything. There's at least one thing in there that satisfies this description. It causes everything, okay? So it's interesting, all right? What about G here? What does this sentence say? Okay, the y occurs in the second relata position, so this is the lead quantifier, second position, so I'm going to translate in terms of the second position. Everything is caused by at least one thing, okay? Put it that way. Everything is caused by something, okay? That's exactly what it means, all right? So everything is caused by. So everything satisfies this description. It's caused by at least one thing, okay? So it's interesting. So sometimes students ask, well, do these mean the same thing? No, they do not, okay? That's a really key feature here. So let's think about this for a second. Let's suppose I can think of domains where both of them are true. But I can also think of domains where they take different truth values, and that will prove that they don't mean the same thing. So let's suppose that you've got three objects. Oh, I don't know. Let's say you've got A, and you've got B, and you've got C, or three events, A, B, and C. And let's suppose that A causes itself, okay? And let's suppose, so we've got A causes itself, you've got A causes B, and you've got A causes C. Now, in a situation like that, it's true that something caused everything, namely the object A. Because the only three objects are A, B, and C, so something causes everything turns out to be true. It also turns out to be true that everything is caused by something, right? Right? So A is caused by A, B is caused by A, and C is caused by A. Everything is caused by at least one thing. That's true. But let's imagine a slightly different situation where it's something like this. CAA, CBC, and let's say CAC as an example. Now, let's go ahead and look at this. Everything is caused. Let's do CAB here. It turns out that everything is caused by something. So A is caused by something, C is caused by something, and B is caused by something. So this sentence is true, right? But some one thing causes everything? No, that's not true. A didn't cause everything, nor did B, nor did C. So this would be a case where this sentence is true and this sentence is false, all right? So therefore, they do not mean the same things, all right? So you have to be careful about that. We're going to be looking at plenty of examples too. Okay, let's look at our last case here, H, and try to translate that. What's it mean? So this says at least one thing in terms of Y, and it's in the second position. So something is caused by, and then what's the rest of it? Everything. Okay, something is caused by everything. So something is caused by absolutely everything. That would be a case like, for example, how could that be true? Well, it would be a case like, let's do CAA, CBA, and CCA. All right, so in this case, A is caused by the object A. A is also caused by the object B, or the event B, I should say, and A is also caused by event C. So all of the events A, B, and C are causing this one event, A. So something, namely event A, is caused by every event. Okay? So that's an interesting idea here, and that would be like a situation where that would be true. Interesting stuff. Let me try to bring out the differences between some of these a little bit more here. So let's do an exercise. Okay, so let me try to simplify what I was talking about here with this causation and these sentences that sound similar but actually mean different things. So let's suppose we've got a domain, okay, and it's got 3 boys and it's got 3 girls and there's nothing else in it. And in that domain, this is true and this is true. Rick likes Sarah, Sarah likes Rick, okay, Eric likes Jane, and Jane likes Eric. So they're all sort of paired up, and nobody likes anybody else. Nobody likes themselves. The only liking going on is this, and if it's not listed here, then they do not like that person, okay? So we've got a pretty simple little soap opera going on here where we've got 3 girls, 3 boys, and there's these perfect symmetric liking relations going on, and we got L likes Y, X likes Y, okay? So first thing I want you to do is, here's two sentences. Okay. I want you to translate those sentences into symbolic notation. So just do part A for sentence 1 and for sentence 2 right now. Pause. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to pause and think this through, but everyone likes someone. So for all X, there exists a Y, all right? Everyone likes someone. So it's going to be at least one, which we're going to translate this way. Everyone likes someone. So for all X, there exists a Y such that LXY. Everyone likes someone, okay? Now, there is someone that everyone likes, okay? Pause and try that one. Okay, so this one's a little bit different, right? It's going to look like this, and you're going to have your LXY in here, and you're going to have your existential here. There is at least one thing that satisfies this description. So there's at least one thing, call it X, that satisfies this description. Everyone likes. So it's going to be, there exists an X such that, one second. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be like, whoops, pardon me. It's going to be like this. There exists an X. There's at least one person that everyone likes. There's one person that's being liked by everyone. Okay. So, this is what's interesting about this now. Here's my question for you. Is this sentence true or false on this domain? Is this sentence true or false on this domain? Pause now. Okay, well, everyone likes someone, right? Jack likes Beth, Beth likes Jack, Rick likes Sarah, Sarah likes Rick, so that takes care of those 4. Eric likes Jane, that's 5. Jane likes Eric, that's 6. Okay, so everyone's liking someone, so that's going to turn out to be true. Now, there's some one person that everyone likes, right? That's false here. That's absolutely false, right? In order for that to be true, it'd have to be like, everyone likes Jack, including Jack. Okay, so there's some one girl that every boy likes would be like, that's like Helena Troy, right? Or if I said to you, let's say I said, everyone likes some color, therefore there's some one color that everyone likes, right? Just because everyone likes some color, so some of us like green, some of us like blue, right? Some of us like pink, right? Everyone likes some color or another. Everyone likes at least one color. It doesn't follow that there's some one color, red, that everybody likes, right? That's a completely different thing. Or, everyone has some flaw or another versus there's some one flaw that everyone has. Okay? These are very different statements. Historically in philosophy, this is a super important point, all right? And if you take metaphysics, this stuff will come up. So, for example, Aristotle starts the Nicomachean Ethics saying, all activities aim at some good, therefore there is some good at which all activities aim. That's not true. It doesn't follow. Another important historical example in philosophy is in Leibniz's commentary on Locke's essay. Leibniz observes that just because something has always existed, it does not thereby follow that there's some one thing that has always existed, right? Maybe it was different things throughout time, okay? And so it's true that something's always existed, but it's not true that there's been some one thing existing through time. And so maybe both of those are true. The point is that the one doesn't follow from the other because they're different statements. They mean different things. That's the point, and that's what we're doing here. All right, catch you on 4.9D, where we will continue to iron out the meaning of these statements.